Alrighty, I've made it in time. Okay, I'm about to clock in. I'm ready to put in some fights. So get me in there. Hello guys, welcome to another Pokemon Scarlet Violet Online Link Battle. It is me, Solus TM. Where my time management, I gotta say, I had to rope in a few fights here and there. Especially ones with the Master Battles, my buddy Willis and my boy Max. Let's see how we're about to throw down. If you guys are enjoying the content so far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I didn't know I could do that. Welcome back once more. Alrighty, Mr. Willis. We're about to get started with another fight with Master Battlers. Ah, shit, I left Alfred there. I should swap for Maymade, but shit. Second time I do this mistake. But in regards to that, my man Willis, I wish you the best of luck to USA. Bring it on, and let's see what your NU team has to offer as we get ready to battle. Let's get ready to battle! Look at this miracle once more. I remember I played Willis last time. I don't remember if he won or I won, but regardless of that, we're about to see that he starts with the Jolteon as I bring it Alfred into battle as we start the hospitality by bringing the Psychic Surge into the field. And already knowing Willis by far, he always does this every time I play against him. He's probably gonna hit me with the Bolt Switch. I'm gonna get ready to start and just hit him with the Expanding Force as we see that he swaps, and we're basically gonna hit whatever comes in the next one as we see that he's bringing out Aspect. I forgot the name of this Pokemon, how it ends up being, but because of that, we hit it with a critical. I am about to run for my sudden life as we are about to swap in for Magenta. My Butler's already done the work that he needs to be done, so it's time to run for the hills as I'm calling in my Butler and bringing out Magenta into battle, ready to put some hype into it as we see that he's going for the Focus Blast, but he ends up missing. So right now, strong little one. I don't like it around, so I'm basically going to go for the Alluring Voice, singing at it for a little bit, and also popping in my Throat Spray, boosting my special attack by 1 stage, as we're about to see my boy coming in with the hands, or better yet, the Recover, healing himself right quickly and gaining some health back, already being back in the green. But right now we're about to go for the battle, as we're about to go for a Shadow Ball, hitting it nicely and also taking it down while we're at it. So Aspect goes down. My wonderful kitty goes in for the Roar as we pop off in victory. As we see Willis coming in with the Warhole. The Graphite, honestly, I do not like this Pokemon. It's honestly... Oh, no. Shh. Chill out, phone. Don't say anything. Sorry, I was watching some Nuxador. As we're about to go for the Expanding Force, as we see they goes for the Rain Dance, making the whole place wet, as I do not like the fact that my room, or basically the hall, is basically all wet now thanks to it. But regardless of that, War all goes down. As I'm expecting a Swift Swim on, basically the Beartic, basically running with Swift Swim. I do love that set. It's really good as we see that Balto comes in. Yep, Swift Swim Beartic. I am in some danger, but regardless of that, I'm not going to switch. As we are about to basically go for another Expanding Force, but we see that Willis is going to put some hype into it. Terrorizing the Beartic into pure water. With a fountain on his head, is about to do some boosted damage with water, so I'm expecting a liquidation at this rate. Oh god, there it is, boosted liquidation, hidden by Magenta, and sadly I go down. I don't like it, but beyond that, Magenta goes down. Honestly, in some situations this would have been pretty bad, but luckily for me, I do have an answer, and that answer goes in the form of Hacks, as we're about to bring it, the Velusa Hacks to battle. I honestly want to go for you already know, Leaf Green, Lone Leaf, but my Sceptile, but I honestly want to make the fish work, as honestly getting hit by Booster Liquidation is not a fun thing for me, but I'm half water, and also I have a good berry that can heal my health, and also make myself ready to use the fillet away as I go hack, chop, and slice, ripping in my armor. and getting a boost in attack by 2 stages and at 1.5 in speed. Honestly, I do not know if this is going to be enough to take the guy down, but I'm going to go for it, as we're going to go for the Psycho Cutter. As we see that Balto basically runs for the hills, and he ends up bringing out Adelani, Vileplume, but we're going to go for the Psycho Cutter. Super effective hit, and basically Adelaide goes down. In some aspects, you could have said, you know, he could have basically survived with just that alone. But honestly, I'd rather go for the risk and try to make my Balooza do some work. As we see that Willis is now bringing out once more Balto into the field. I honestly do not know if I'm going to be fast enough to take him down, but regardless of that, we're going to give it a best shot. Unless this guy knows, you know, Aqua Jet. But regardless of that, we're going to go for the Psycho Cutter. Enough to outspeed the Balto, and with that, Balto's Terrorize gets destroyed, and he goes down. Honestly, I kind of risked it when I ended up bringing the Balooza into this. But, yo, let's go, Hacks. You are ready to take down the opposition. As Splat goes into the field, we see that the Goodra is now on it. But regardless of that, we're going to go once again with the Psycho Cut. Hit it for decent damage, the Goodra, but not enough to take it down. And with that, Hacks goes down. My God. I was kind of hoping to run away with the game with Hacks, but that's not going to happen. But regardless of that, we're about to bring once more Alfred to battle. We're about to basically hit it with the Psychic Surge once more, bring the Hospitality into this. But we're going to go for a Dazzling Gleam at best, so we can take down the Goodra for super effective damage. And with that, Splat goes down. It basically splat on the floor, but we're about to clean it right quickly because I got the best butler around ready to do some butt handling. But we see that Pop Rock comes in, the Jolteon once more, and I'm basically just gonna go and land an Expanding Force to take down this MacGuffin, but instead he goes for the Thunder. Oh my God, I was not expecting that, and sadly Alfred goes down. Okay, at this point I do have some things to say, but I could possibly let it slide. As we right now, I'm gonna go for Elegance to battle. Hopefully it'll be enough to basically survive whatever hit this man has going on, as we're gonna go basically for the tidy up. I'm gonna hope that he doesn't land another one. Ah! And with that, Elegance goes down. Oh my God, who would have thought the man was gonna land 2 thunders in a row? But to be fair, my luck with Thunder and the Raikou was also a thing. But beyond that, we're gonna bring Turbo to battle, as we're gonna basically try to go for a Shelf Smash, hopefully gain enough speed so I can do something. But beyond that, he misses it, which is kind of cool. But anyway, let's Shelf Smash right quick, breaking my armor, Rocky Shell, and gaining a buff in speed, attack, and special attack. But regardless of that, my defenses are a little bit low, and I am not sure how well I'll be able to survive the next hit. So let's go and land a Flamethrower, but instead it goes for the Thunder. No! God dang it. And with that, Turbo goes down. Oh my goodness. This is insanity. The man was able to take down my whole crew with just a Jolteon. But regardless of that, Lone Leaf to battle. We're about to do some ham into this, as we basically popped our Psychic Seed, getting a small little boost in special defenses. But right now we're about to get ready to destroy this thing, as we're gonna go for the Earthquake. As my special move, Earthquake, hits hard to Jolteon, and with that it goes down. Oh my God. To be fair, Willis, your Jolteon is always a menace, but beyond that, I say victory is ours for this one, and good games, my friend. Good game. Alrighty, Mr. Mag, because apparently he has mags going in pocket. He got mags on his coat jacket. He got mags even on his guns. But we're about to put some hype into it, as we see that he's running a very threatening OU team with a Dunsparce. Oh my God, he's the GOAT. My guys really think he can bring Larry's best Pokemon against me. But then again, he also has a King Gambit, which I don't like. But regardless of that, Mag, my boy, strap in, let's do this. Bring it on. Let's get ready to battle. I'm kind of worried about Mag because he might be packing heat. But to be fair, His heat is nothing compared to my hype. As right now we see that he's bringing out the Samurai, as I'm bringing in Alfred to battle. About to put some hospitality on the field as we're bringing in a Psychic Surge, making it all pretty and beautiful. As damn it, I forgot to swap the item again. I don't have the right backpack, so for the time being I guess I'm gonna have to go for a Miss Hat. So come on, Alfred, return, and let's go. Miss Hat into battle, coming in and about to take in a little bit of dark type Ceaseless Edge, as I am at half health and also the spikes are on the field. I am pretty disappointed that I forgot to check my moveset again. Well, not my moveset, but my items, because she was supposed to have the eject pack, but at this point I'm basically going to have to go down with the next hit. That is, if it goes for another Ceaseless Edge. But regardless of that, it goes for the Razor Shell instead, taking down the hats. And with that, there's only one thing to do at a time like this, and I really need to clear out the field. As right now we're going to go and bring out the March into battle for all the way from South Park, bringing in Randy, Sharon, and Stan. We don't need Shelly into this, so right now let's go out for the tidy up. Let's clear out the field and get rid of all the spikes, as right now, you know, it's not cool, it's not cool. We're having a party here, my boy. You don't need to bring all the spikes and throw it on the floor, so let's keep it clean. As I get a boost in attack and a boost in speed, we're about to see that his Samurai is gonna go for the knockoff, taking down my wide lens, which is not cool. So right now let's go and blast this fool with the straight mags that I have in my pocket, known as the population bomb. As right now we see that he basically withdraws the Samurai, bringing out the Gold Dangle to battle, of course, bringing in the proper ghost type to basically dodge my moves, and it basically gets flown into the wind. As right now the only thing I can do is, you know, beat up this fool. Since I can't shoot you proper, then I guess I'm gonna have to stomp you by jumping on this fool. Let's beat him up right quickly. Let's go jumping at him for the 5 times the crew come in and basically stomping at him like that JoJo meme. So sadly he won't go down, but right now he's basically in the red with 5 hits per se, as he basically goes for the Make It Rain, showing that he has money on his pocket and basically rubbing it in my face. How dare he, and the Marches goes down. At this point there's only one thing to do at a time like this, and that is basically bringing out my crew to battle, and that is to bring out, honestly, I would have loved to keep him, but at this point let's bring back Alfred into battle. It's sad to say that I honestly want to do a little bit more, but it is what it is. So let's go quickly and go with the Expanding Force, taking down the Gold Dangle as he basically goes away, surviving for another day, bringing out the Samurai, which sucks for me because I honestly did not want him on the field. But regardless of that, Expanding Force goes through and doesn't damage the Samurai. I'm gonna have to run for the hills right quickly because I do not want to go down right yet. So for the time being, it's time to say Alfred return. And let's go in, Pepito, to battle! My luchador, look at him ready to bring out the smackdown, as right now we pop into Psychic Seed, getting a +1 in special defense, as we're going to see that he goes for the Razor Shell, hitting me in the orange. But right now the only thing I can do right now is going for a close combat. He might swap, I don't really mind that. If he ends up swapping, then I'm gonna have to basically give it to him. If not, then you know what, let's take down the Samurai. As we see right now that Mags is about to put some hype into it, terrorizing his Samurai into pure poison. Oh god, with the skull on his head, it becomes a pure poison type, and at this point I'm gonna have to deal with the repercussions that it's about to happen, as close combat goes in. Not very effective, but at the same time I do some chip, and he's basically gonna go for another Razor Shell or a flip turn, and with that Pepito goes down. That's kind of rough. I honestly would have loved that I would be able to take down the Samurai, but apparently he is becoming a bit of a pain. But to be fair, the game is not over yet. As he's bringing out one more, the Gold Dango, I'm gonna have to basically let the weirdness of the field go away, but that's the reason why we basically swap. Alfred in the first place, because guess what? He's coming back into battle, bringing in the hospitality once more with the psychic surge. I do not want priority, and I'm not going to let him hit me with priority. So we're going to go once more and hit him with an expanded force. At this point, there's not much I can do about it except to basically try to take down as many as possible. Because to be fair, it's basically going to be a bit of a tough crowd. He's still got the King Gambit, which I'm not really looking forward to. And he basically comes in ready to basically take in an expanding force. So at this point, there's not much I can do about it. I'm basically going to have to stay in and go for the Dazzling Gleam. If I am not going to be able to take him down proper, he's going to go for the Iron Head, taking down Alfred, and with that, I basically go down. Alright, so it was expected to happen. I honestly saw how most of this was going to be playing down. So right now, let's bring in Potts into battle. As right now, the only thing I need right now is to basically survive the next hit, not get flinch if he goes for an Iron Head, and go for a Shell Smash. If he doesn't attack, then at this point, it is free real estate from here on out. As he basically goes for an Iron Head, hit me pretty badly, and I guess I go for the weak armor, surviving it pretty nicely as I go in for the Shell Smash. At this point, it's now or never. I better hit him with everything I got, otherwise I'm basically gonna have to go down with the boat. So there's only two things I can do right now, and that is to put some hype into it. So let's quickly put my fist in my head, because we're about to get ready to burn with hype. As basically the King Gambit basically gets swapped right quickly, bring him once more to Goldengo. I'm expecting to see that this guy basically already knows my strategy. I kind of dislike that, and he's basically making me waste turns at this point. So with Terrorizing with the fist on my head, pop it off, I become a pure fighting type, and this guy's a little, not a little, but let's say he's kind of dangerous. I'm already seeing that I'm gonna have to kind of read this man a little bit, and hopefully I can survive most of the shenanigans that he has going on, because right now I am on the clock with Psychic Terrain and being my only surviving factor against this guy. Hopefully I can do enough to basically put him down. So right now he's bringing out the down spar. At this point I'm gonna basically hit him with the strongest move I have available, and that is the Terra Blast. So go! Hit him with a barrage of Terra Fist! Buddha, Buddha, Buddha! Buddha! Taking out the Dadan spars, and with that I'm slowly climbing back from the situation I basically put myself into. As right now, once more the Samurai comes into the field. This kind of sucks to see him there. I am expecting that he might swap, but I do not know that yet, as we're gonna go for Orbital Laser, Store Power, taking down the Samurai that was being a vein of my existence the last couple of turns. But regardless of that, is out of the way. I'm good to keep going, and I don't know for how long I'm gonna have the Psychic Terrain. I need to make sure that I stay on till I get to the King Gambit. Otherwise, at this point, Mac will get the game. That's Mac right now bringing out the Great Tusk into battle. Now the thing is, though, he might swap and bring in the King Gambit. I rather not risk that scenario, so I guess at this point I have two options. I can blast him, or I can go for the Terra Fist, or I can hit him with a Shadow Ball. So just for shits and giggles, I say let's go for the Terra Blast. Oh no, he stayed. So at this point, let's go for a barrage of Terra Fist! Muda, 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 muda! Muda! Enough to take down the Great Tusk. I was a little bit worried that I might not have enough to basically take him down, but sadly the weirdness escapes the field. At this point, there's only one thing I can do, and just basically try to stay alive the best way I can. As Dragonite comes in, I'm expecting to get basically bopped by Extreme Speed, so let's go for the Store Power. As Extreme Speed goes in, taking down my Potts, and with that, Potts goes down. Well, I tried to push it as best as I could. I was not able to maintain the psychic terrain as much as I wanted to, so right now let's bring out hacks into battle. Sadly, with Marble Scale on, I'm not going to be able to take him down, and I'm going to have to basically go for the Psycho Cutter, expecting to possibly do some damage to this Dragonite as it goes for another extreme speed. Not enough to do enough damage to me, but regardless of that, Psycho Cutter goes in and just hits him with a little bit of chip. I'm not going to be able to go for the fillet away, because if I ended up doing that, I was basically going to go down. So once more, he goes for the Encore, expecting to basically keep me locked in Psycho Cutter, because he's basically going to swap to the King Gambit, and for that, I'm basically going to go down. Dude. When you're trying to put some hands in there and just enough to get him close to the ending, but being basically stopped just like that. His reads were really good. I was not able to maintain the hype the best way I can, so at this point he's basically gonna hit me with Cot Tower Cleave, and with that is gonna basically be game. GG's, Mag. You read me well. This was our first time fighting, but trust me, I see how it is. I got you on the next run back. So, good games, my boy. Good game. I'm still thinking. I believe I still got time. Then there's the fact that Champions around the corner, being April. But I guess I can throw a few more games in there. See how Champion plays out, and hopefully, even though the roster is still kind of limited, I got some ideas about it. But anyway, Willis, oh my god, that Jolt almost made a reverse, which I was almost cheering for it, but my god, that was awesome, my guy. And Mag, okay, I see you with the Samurai, and I see your playstyle. Hopefully we can get another throwdown. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Don't forget to leave a subscribe, as also support the channel, keep you in tabs on how we gotta be as basically handling the games on the games moving forward. But regardless of that, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Take care, guys.